But be mindful that now that they've created this ridgeline, the enemy can sneak around it and actually avoid all of your fire and surround you. This ridgeline you've got to be very careful of, and if you see enemy tanks do that, then they might kill all of your artillery and they might sneak in and then get you from behind. Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby bringing you what a lot of people have been suggesting and asking for, and that is my map specific tactics. Now, I will hasten to add, these are my tactics. There might be better ones. You shouldn't take these as some sort of bible. These are just ones that I have developed and have allowed me to reach the 60% win ratio, over 1800 efficiency and 2000 WN7. Now this is a bit of like a trailer. If you guys like these, then I'll do more of them. If you don't, then I won't. So if you want to see more of these, rate the video up below and continue to rate the series. So, firstly, Heavies on Sand River. What do I like to do? If I'm spawning at base 1, I like to make my way along as quickly as I can to the location here. You have a big chapel that's here that's not destructible, so you can hide from all of their artillery which locate around here. Their artillery will locate around here, and some artillery will locate around here, and some here. So this chapel here will really protect you from the artillery. If it's a high artillery game, you can use that as cover to fall back behind. There's a lot of debris in the town that you need to watch out for. It will block your fire from where I'm specifically trying to aim, which is here. A lot of tanks will stay here, behind this ridge line here. There's a ridge line here which protects them from your own artillery. So what I like to do is situate myself here and shoot up at them, because they don't really have any cover from you, they only have cover from artillery. Also, you can catch people who cheekily poke up onto the ridgeline along here, and you can also catch people who come down into the town where you will have to outplay them. If I'm in a faster heavy, and I think I can, and especially if I'm playing in a platoon, or I can see that there are other competent people with me, I will actually make my way initially to here and try and stop the enemy tanks from rushing to this location here, this safe point, especially if you've got lots of artillery. If you've got lots of artillery and they've got lots of artillery, you are safe here. Generally your artillery will cripple them as they come round this corner, and you can get crossfire on them and they're going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. So I recommend this ridgeline. Alternatively, you can play this map like it's an encounter, and you can make your way along here up to this ridgeline, especially if you're in a faster heavy, where you can create a kill zone along here and trash anything that tries to make their way up here. This is a very common medium location. Lots of the medium and light tanks now like to rush up here, so if you can get the jump on them as they leave here, then you can really do some good work and cripple them. If the enemy have a lot of medium and light tanks, really think about using this location, which is also artillery safe. So now we're starting at base 2. What do I like to do in my heavy tanks? I like to make my way along here as quickly as I can, and I like to either end up here facing this direction, shooting down into the town, and also using this ridge line along here to get shots as they advance, generally along this way. I sometimes like to stop here and shoot down on them if I'm feeling that I'm in a slightly slower tank. And also, I like to situate myself right here beyond this ridge. There's a ridge line that covers you here, and you can actually use an area right here to reverse your tank up to give yourself enough gun depression to kind of go hull down on these tanks. I would only use this location if I don't think that the enemy artillery are any good, or if I think that I can get there quickly and my artillery will do a hell of a lot of damage as they go to here, and then I can escape and fall down into this location to provide my next corner. Alternatively, you can make your way over here in this location and dig in on this ridge line and defend the corner, defend this corner, and annihilate the enemy as they try and sneak down here. Be careful, however, some good players will manage to get up into here, which is a very nasty location. Alternatively, if you're in a tank with some gun depression, think about using this area here. where you can basically go hull down and be artillery safe. You're in an artillery shadow here, and you can shoot at all the tanks that amalgamate around here. So here's what I like to do with my medium tanks, guys. If I'm spawning at both base 1 or base 2, I like to locate along this ridge line here, especially as most of the medium tanks that I play have got excellent gun depression. I like to create kill zones for this base along here. This is my kill zone. And for this base, I like to basically defend here and kill anything that comes down here. Feel free, now that they've opened up the north of this map, to locate up in here. Lots of people like to fight around here, especially on the encounter. And if you can win the hill, you can use these locations to get very good shots down onto people who like to camp in this area. Or alternatively, if you win the hill from base 2, it allows you to progress down and in to generally spot a lot of their artilleries located here and here and here. This ridgeline is wonderful for tanks with high view range. You spot everyone who camps here, and you can even spot some of the more stupid artilleries who go here and the stupid artilleries that go here if you've got very good view range, as this is not the biggest of maps. So light tanks, what do I recommend? I recommend you do pretty much what the medium tanks do on this map. I recommend that you locate around here and then you try and fight up in here. There's a corner up here which is going to be very dangerous, which is usually hotly contested, and usually you have to win the corner first before you can either progress down. If you're in a light tank, you can get some nasty tricky locations here where you can basically spot the ridgeline here. If you can try and win the hill from base 2, I strongly recommend then advancing down and trying to catch the artillery that lurk here and the artillery that lurk here. Be mindful that there are generally tanks camping at these locations that will shoot across at you on your approach, but you can try and use the dunes to avoid fire. So finally, the tank destroyers. I'm talking about non-turreted tank destroyers here. What do I recommend? Well, you can never really go wrong by locating here and here. Digging in, allowing your medium tanks who are here and here to spot, try and get some sneaky snipes across, waiting sometimes for them to advance down here and creating a kill zone. This is a kill zone right here. Try and create a kill zone here, or alternatively, if you're camping up here in a TD, you create a kill zone around here, and you've also got kill shots as they advance, if they advance to here and they advance to here. Alternatively, try and get your TD into positions here from base 2, where you can shoot down at the enemy, or even advance up into this cheeky location here if they don't have much artillery, and try and reverse your way up the dune to get more kill shots here. This is a very strong location for TDs at spawning at 1, because you can basically create kill zones here. You've got a kill zone here, and also any tanks that go on the north of the ridge line that's along here you can just eradicate. But be mindful that now that they've created this ridgeline, the enemy can sneak around it and actually avoid all of your fire and surround you. This ridgeline you've got to be very careful of, and if you see enemy tanks do that, then they might kill all of your artillery and they might sneak in and then get you from behind. So guys, I hope you've appreciated some of the tactics that I use on Sand River. In the comments below, give me a little bit of feedback. Tell me if this is something that you like with the ratings. And more importantly, people suggest the maps that you want to see next, and everyone else upvote them, and let's see which one I'm going to do next. As always guys, you've been epic. Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.